What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Under a Thousand Pod, and this is 2023 season 3 of the podcast. We're doing different things this year. We're actually having people that are not only on YouTube. We're expanding out the podcast to other people not on YouTube, just on Instagram maybe, or TikTok, or wherever. So it's not just closed off to YouTube anymore, and we're also expanding to other animals. Dogs, cats, gerbils, ferrets, birds. Birds, I didn't even think about birds, but birds as well, guys. So that's what we're doing this year. So if you have any of those animals and would like to be on the podcast, please hit me up. Links in the description down below, and we'll get you on the schedule. We have 50 weeks, 52 weeks of episodes. I would say 52 Fridays or 51 Fridays. So something like that. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. If you don't realize, this is a pre-recorded episode today. I had a funeral to go to, so I couldn't be live with you guys as much as I would like to, but I have to go there and be there for my family. So I did a pre-recorded, and thankfully our guest was able to do it pre-recorded with me. But before we get into our guest, you know what we have to do. We have to say thank you to our sponsor for this month. Without further ado, here we go.
This month's sponsor is Big D's Pythons. Yes, Derek is Big D's Pythons. He's a great guy, great friend, also an amazing ball python breeder. He produced some awesome animals this season, so definitely go check it out. Check out his morph market, his Instagram, to see some of those animals if you're interested. But he also is a YouTuber. He has his own YouTube channel and his own podcast he does every Thursday, Thirsty Thursdays. Go check him out on Thursday with Hutch. They host it together. It's a great time. Definitely go watch it. But also, Derek carries the chipper. So if you're in need of cocoa and you're in the Illinois area, Derek is the one you can call. He could probably meet up with you and you guys can handle business there. But he also can ship it. So if you're looking for cocoa, definitely hit Derek up. But thank you, Derek, for being the sponsor of this month's episode. Greatly appreciate it. And go check Derek out and make sure you hit that subscribe, follow, and tell him I sent you.
There you go, our sponsor. Definitely go check them out. Links are in the description down below to their YouTube, their Instagram, and their morph market. Definitely go check them out. Thanks again for sponsoring this episode. Greatly appreciated. And if you guys would like to sponsor this episode, or no, sponsor, we have different levels of sponsorship. I forgot to tell you guys that. This year, we're changing it up. We still have a monthly sponsor, but we're also going to have an episode partner, and we're also going to have a question sponsor. So there's many different ways to be a sponsor on the episode and promote your stuff if you would like to. If you're interested, definitely hit me up and I'll let you know how much they cost and how it works out. And if you want to support the channel, this is a great way to do that. But definitely thanks for sponsoring this episode. Great, especially sponsoring this month. Greatly appreciated. And without further ado, guys, it is time to bring on our guest for this week. All right, we got our guest here. If you could, even though you have been on the show before, go ahead, just in case some people didn't watch that episode, which I say go back and watch that episode. Go ahead and introduce yourself and let people know what you keep and breed.
What's up with it? Big Sikwitit ball pythons. I breed ball pythons exclusively.
Exclusively. Okay. Put it down like that. I understand. But thanks for coming on again. You're starting off 2023 season for me in the podcast. You're the first guest for this year. I wanted to bring somebody on that I've had on before, and I know that you were talking about getting back on the live, so I figured I might as well hit you up and see if you'd like to come on, and you were more than welcome to come on. This is a pre-recorded live, for you guys know. We're not live, but it's going to be a premiere, so you guys can still comment in the chat and we can talk to you. Yeah, thanks for coming on. You are on YouTube, Instagram. Are you on TikTok?
I was, not anymore.
Not anymore. I can't remember if I asked you that last time, because I don't think I was on TikTok at that time. I don't even think TikTok was that, well, not big to the reptile community at that time. Okay, but he is on YouTube and Instagram. So his link there be in the description down below. Side note, this ain't even one of the questions. Do you plan to do more YouTube videos in 2023?
I plan on it, man. It's always a wobbler, man. It's always a wobbler for me. Like I try to do my best, but then we both work crazy schedules, so my schedule be crazy, man.
I understand. It is.
And then like I'm trying to get to a point where I'm showing off dope shit and just not my steps. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still putting pieces to the puzzle together to hit certain combos. So I kind of want to have some finished products when I start back putting, which I should be documenting everything just for content. But you know what I mean? I want to have some, some stuff. I'm kind of in the middle of all my projects because I want to show something that's completed.
Exactly. You're in the process of building, getting the genes, getting the stuff you need into stuff to make that ultimate stuff. Yeah, I understand. I totally understand. I get that. But I would like to. I know you post on Instagram a lot more than you do YouTube. You still flood Instagram with pictures and stuff. So long as that still happens, at least people can see what you're working with. So
I need to bet on that too. Shoot. I need to bet on both of them. I fell off on the 30-day reel. We supposed to remember we did the challenge.
I know you said we did challenge.
You did good, bro. You did.
I'm starting to slow down myself. I'm gonna make a new schedule for myself and not necessarily do maybe one every day. I might be switching it up. Do like 2 a day and then take a day off. I think I'm gonna do something like that. I just want to keep things. I don't want people to get stagnant. Oh, he put up another one today, or you know what I mean? I want to freshen it up a little bit. So I'm gonna try that, see how that works in 2023. Yeah. But we'll watch you and ask you some more questions, get a little more, know more about you and your breed and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and hit this first question. What was the first reptile you ever owned?
My first reptile I ever owned was a ball python.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for 30 minutes.
Okay, so why only 30 minutes?
Say it again.
Why only 30 minutes? Why was it only 30 minutes that you owned it?
So I'm going to go ahead and give everybody the breakdown, give y'all the story. So growing up, I always loved reptiles. I used to cut grass and catch all kinds of snakes in people's backyard. I lived in Houston. I grew up in Houston, in the city. So that's the only time I went out to the woods when I went back home to Louisiana and went to our land and saw stuff like that, but whatever. So anyway, my pops knew I like reptiles or whatever. So he worked at the airport, and it was a guy that was bringing in ball pythons, like bags full of ball pythons at the airport. Mm-hmm. My dad had to do with the bag of snakes. He worked on the ramp, which is where the cargo come through.
Yep.
He stopped him. He was like, "Hey man, my son likes snakes, man. You gotta get one." It was like, "Yeah, give me $20." Pops gave him $20. My pops threw the snake in the lunch kit, brought it home. Right? He drive all the way home. He get home. He said, "Hey man, I got something in the car for you." I say, "What?" He said, "Just go look at my lunch kit." I go downstairs. I look in the lunch kit. The snake didn't got out. I don't see nothing. I go back. I go back upstairs. I say, "Pop," I say, "It ain't in there." I say, "I don't see nothing in there." He say, "What you mean? I had something in my lunch kit for you." We go downstairs. He said, "Man, I got you a snake." He said, "But I put it in my lunch kit," but he left the lunch kit open, so the snake crawled out. The snake crawled out into the car, wrapped itself around his seats, and he had an old school Delta 88, four-door Delta 88. So the snake was caught up in the seat where it go back and forth. So we worked the snake out, take the snake upstairs. I ain't know nothing about ball pythons. My pops used to keep fish, so he had an empty 1,000-gallon aquarium. We throw the snake in there. The snake is hitting the glass, it's going crazy. I'm just happy to have a snake. And my mom get home from work. My mom was definitely afraid of snakes. She come home from work. She walked through the door. "Hey y'all, hey mama." She looks to her left. She looks to her right. She see that snake in the aquarium. Started hollering and screaming. Ran out the door. Bro, my mama, man, I've never seen my mama run before in my life. My mom always been athletic, but I never seen her run. She took out, boom. So I was like, "Dang, my mama fast." She jumps off the balcony from the second floor where we lived at. She jumped off the balcony, and then my pops run chase out the house. He run chase out after catch her. They talk. They come back in the house. My old man got his head down. I already knew what time was. Hey, before my mama came home, man, I had already called my partner. I'm like, hey, man, I got a snake. We all hyped. He coming over to come see the snake. So, man, my mom came in the house. She cut that short. She was like, they got to go. I had a snake for 30 minutes, man. I left for the weekend. It was Friday. I went to my grandmother's house. I came back. I ain't had no snake. I'm crying. I'm like 10. I'm crying. So I was like, dang. But she was like, you know what? I ain't gonna do you like that. So I made you get rid of the snake. And then like I wanted a pit bull. So she wouldn't let me have a pit bull either. So she's like, I'll tell you what, for Christmas you can get an iguana. So I ended up getting an iguana that Christmas.
Okay. That's hey, she's like, long as it got legs. That's what
right.
I don't know what it is with black mothers and snakes. It never goes well. We can get anything else with legs, but if it don't have legs, they not having it.
Church, man. Church be
man.
Get a snake.
I'm not gonna lie to you. There was a point in that story where I thought it was gonna go a different way in the car at first. I thought you guys were gonna try to move the seat and the snake get ripped up in the middle of the seat. So I was like, oh my goodness. This is not how I understand it. So that is a great story. I love that story. Oh, wow. So, technically, ball python was your first snake. So, was it just a normal? It was just a normal, right?
Yeah, it was a normal. I believe it was wildcat. I know where it was from. You know what I mean?
Sound like you got it from Africa.
He had a dude had a big bag full of snakes. He just pulled one out and gave it to him.
Okay. Oh, wow. And that was back in the day when it was real hard to get these animals. You're paying thousands of dollars for boxes of animals, and half of them would die before they got here. So, man. Okay, that's crazy. I like that. All right, let's hit another question. So, what is something you would like to achieve with your social media this year?
Be consistent. Just be more consistent, man. Post a little bit more. Do some lives from my Instagram. I don't think I can do live from YouTube yet, but just
you can. I'll show you how to do that. I'll hook you up with that because that's how I do it on my. At first, you gotta have 1,000 subscribers, or you use StreamYard in a certain way. So I will after this. I'll let you know.
Okay, I appreciate it. But yeah, man, I want to do that. Kind of like starting. I'm moving. I was supposed to move. I was gonna move this weekend, but it was kind of a rush thing. I kind of got hooked up, but I ended up not taking the deal. But I'm moving this year into a bigger place. I'm gonna have I have a spare room for the snakes, like a big area for the snakes, right? So, I want to like just go live while I'm cleaning and stuff like that. Kind of talk, show people my projects, what I'm doing, because I got a lot of projects going on, and I don't really talk about them a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just stay working. Okay, keep working it, and I don't really like to just be talking. You know.
Understandable. You like to show instead of talk. You let your actions speak for you.
Right.
I totally understand that. 100%. I mean, definitely going live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, doing your cleanings. That is a great way to get people to get to see your projects and see you, get your name out there a little more. You know, it's easier to stay consistent with just doing live while you clean it, because you ain't gotta make a video, go edit it and stuff like that. So that definitely, especially I know you busy and you got your hours is crazy at times.
Right.
And you'll be away from home for 3-4 weeks at a time. So I can understand doing the live like that. Yeah, that's right up your alley. That'll definitely be right up your alley. So I know you probably have to sit down and figure out like what days you would like to do it. A rough idea, you think you're trying to do it once a month at least, or like twice a month? What are you thinking as of right now?
Probably like twice a month, man.
Okay.
Yeah, probably twice a month.
That's
Twice
that's
a month on the lives, and just post every now, post more and stuff. I want
gotcha.
my goal this year is to get up to I'm at almost 4,000 followers on Instagram, so I kind of want to build that up to like 5 or 10.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
I really don't like doing snake giveaways, but I might do one. I might do
Okay.
to kind of get the followers up. I might, do like a visual ultra female or something.
I mean, look, you don't have to do it. You could give me the ultra mail, and then I could tell people to go follow your channel. We could do it that way too. I'm just
Right.
saying, putting that out there. I mean, you said you don't like doing giveaways, so you could do it as a monetary helping of some sort. I'm just throwing it out there.
Right. I got you, bro.
Oh,
That's the dilemma I'm in now. If I'm going to make more double hits,
yeah.
or make some visual ultra mirrors, like visual combos this season. Kind of like not be making hits all like for 3
Yeah. No, that's not one of our questions, but that is something that people actually have to think about. Do they want to go ahead and make the visual, or they want to use those visuals to make double and triple and quadruple hits? Like, what is your stance on that?
I like to get the hits out the way, and then
okay.
I like to get the hits out the way. Like right now I got double hit. I got hits and double hits that's like I got double hits that's 1,500-1,600 grams that I'm starting to breed this season that I made. Instead of going and make visual clowns, I made double hits. So instead of making visual ultra mill, I made hits and double hits. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's paying off now because I'm breeding on females now.
Gotcha.
But I'll be having remorse because a lot of people be producing stuff I could have produced, and I'll be like, man, I could have made that like 2 years ago. I'm like, well, I'll be like,
yeah.
I suck it up because instead of making a red stripe clown or what is it, like a Cypress Jelly Belly clown, I'll make Cypress Jelly Belly Ultra Mills head clown. You know what I mean? So instead of making it visual, I can make it and it'd be hit for another recessive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're thinking more of a 4 to 6 year down the project instead of a 2 to 3 year project.
Exactly.
Okay. Hey, it does suck at the time, but over time it does pay off. So I can understand that. Because I did that with a couple things, make the double hats, and I could have made some visual singles, but I was like, I need to get, because that's where the industry is going. It's going to double and triple visual, 100%. And you can't just buy those unless you got that money. Touche, you got it. I ain't hating. My bank account don't work like that right now, so I got to make them and build them up and grow them up and make them my own. But if you can, I can understand that. But if you can't, you got to take that whole route.
Some days I'll be like, man, just buy it. I'll be like, nah, I ain't doing it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing it, but to be honest, man, like, when you buying those snakes or those visuals or hits, when you buying for like Bob, Justin, people like that, they straight up, they ain't gonna do you dirty. No. I seen so many people get burnt on hits, man. So I made my decision a long time ago. I'm making my own stuff, bro. Like it take a little longer, man, but just for my peace of mind and for other people's health, I just make it myself.
I can understand that. That is another great point because you want to make sure what you're getting is what you're getting, and the only way you can do that 100% is make it yourself.
Right.
So I can understand that as well.
We kind of got off track, man. We talking about social media. We already talking about flipping the head. Slow down.
Hey, sometimes it happens. See, we're friends. So I'm used to talking to you. Other people, I'm either meeting them for the first time, so I'm, filling them out. We filling each other out and getting used to each other. Yeah. Me and you, I forget that we were doing live for a second, or we recorded this. So I just started asking you questions like, "Oh, wait, what's your thought process?" Because I realized I've never asked you that before. And I know you've been doing this a lot longer than me, and you have it is always, breeding. Like, you've been breeding
about the same time?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you also 2010, 2012 or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we started about the same time.
Yeah, but so like, this is my first aspect of breeding anything. Like you used to breed
Oh,
dogs,
yeah,
so
yeah,
you kind of have a structure and know how that
yeah.
works. Your dogs
Mm-hmm.
are still a little different than reptiles, but still you kind of know how that works and how to plan for the future for that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so
That is
I
a good
always,
feature, man.
so
It's
you
all the
always have a
same.
little insight. You got a little more insight in it than I do, and I'm not afraid to ask a question and look dumb. So I'm always ready to ask a question, even if it may sound dumb.
Yeah.
Um, so let's hit the other question. So, what's a morph you plan to work with in the future? So, like either a recessive or a codon that you've been looking at and you're thinking like, I might be adding that down the road.
Oh, sunset and puzzle.
Okay,
Yeah,
no hesitation. Sunset and puzzle. So, what
yeah.
is it about those two?
Well, bro, I'm so crazy, bro. Like last year, no, 2021. Uh, we was all at Arliss. I don't think you wasn't there. I
I
don't think
wasn't there.
you
No.
were at Arliss. But we was in Arliss, and me, Main, Coach, we was all in Arliss, and dude had some banana puzzles, man. And I had the bread. Like I went down there with a couple. I went down there with some money, right? So
Mm-hmm.
dude gave me a hell of a deal on some banana puzzles. He had like a 0.2, and
Mm.
he was like, "Hey man, I say these banana puzzles, but you got to buy both of them for like 1,500 or something like that." I could have bought them too, but I had just went and bought a hypo pie, and I was like, dang, I should have bought them, man. Like I would have had two banana puzzles. Females growing up right now, they probably been my hypo pie like 1,700 grams. They'd have been about the same
Yep.
size as her, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? But I
Ready.
passed on them, bro. I was like, nah, dude, because he was trying to buy another snake, so he needed the money. And
Yep.
I was like, nah, and I had the money, bro. I could have bought it. I would have talked them down like a 500, it's like 2,500 for both of them. I could
Mm.
have bought them, bro, and I passed. I can't believe I kicked myself in the ass for that one, boy. But it is what it is. So,
Yep.
yeah, but sunset and puzzle, man. So hopefully I get a sunset probably this season, probably sometime this season.
Okay.
Puzzle two, I got a head puzzle at coach house, and he breeding into one of his. He got a head puzzle, head sunset, I think, and he breeding
Yeah.
that, yeah. But the sunset, I'm gonna work that into my ocean mill clown pie project.
Okay. So what is it about Sunset that excites you to work with it?
I used to didn't like it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just
I
started liking it.
I know that's what I want to know because I know we been in chats and you be
Right,
like,
right.
ugly,
But
ugly.
I seen it, I seen it with my favorite gene, which is ocean mill, and it looked good. And I was like, okay, cool.
Okay.
So it go good with my ocean mill. So I got a couple. When I saw it in ocean mill, I said, okay, I got some ocean mill projects. I got some projects where I'm working into ocean mill that I think is gonna look really good with ocean mill. So I'm thinking when I combine those two, it's just gonna intensify the contrast on these morphs that I'm already working into ocean mill. So
Mm-hmm.
especially when I seen the sunset pie, man, them sunset pies are nice and ocean pies are amazing. So ocean mill sunset pie, I don't think you can go wrong with it. Just add in like inchy leopard, inchy, certain jeans, man.
Yeah.
Dream sunset, orange dream sunset, inchy pie, ocean mill. Shit, man, you ain't gonna pay that, bro. Then you throw in clown. I have clown in the mix. I paired up my ocean mill head clown with a pod head clown.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
already got
that's
that.
another thing I'm getting into is pies.
Mhm.
I'm probably gonna hold out like two pie females this year to grow up.
You got a
Um,
nice what is that? A yellow belly pie you just produced?
yeah, I'm definitely
You
holding
keep
her
up.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, you better keep up, bro.
Which is weird because I want to get out of yellow belly and I
Mhm.
want to get asphalt. I rather work with asphalt than yellow belly just because when I get supers, I like the super asphalt. I think it looks amazing. Um, Super yellow bellies, we know what those look like. You can barely tell with those if there's
Mhm.
anything else in there. But the super asphalt, it's patterned, so you'll see it and you see other stuff in it too. So I'm gonna hold on to that one definitely, and I might hold on to another yellow belly pie female to raise
Yeah.
up. And the other one might be a double head clown albino. I got to get it tested to check, but I'm really digging pies since I hatched my first pies out. I'm digging looking at pies now, so I'm about to start gravitating towards pie projects and
Yeah.
bringing that into the mix. I'm actually trying to move a little bit away from the albino project. I know people know me for the albino project, but I realize for one, it's what I want to do with it. I don't need a lot of it to do what I want to do.
Right,
So
right,
that
right.
made me realize I can shrink down that project a little bit and work with only certain things in it.
Hey man, you
Two,
see the end though, bro. A lot of people can't say that. A lot of people just
two,
gave up. Like they was working on a project and they just gave up. You worked into that. You worked into where you got what you wanted. And you produced what, 2 or 3 of them?
I produced I produced two. I produced two really nice ones. One of them, the other one didn't make it, which
Mm,
sucks. It was a female too, an albino found female, and it didn't make it. It wouldn't. It just. I think it had a little bit of a sharp jaw, but it
yeah,
also came from a really small egg, so I don't think it was gonna. It wouldn't eat. I had to assist feed it, and it ate one day, and it died 2 days later.
yeah.
So I think there also was internal issues with it, which it was out of my hands. So
Yeah.
it's the luck of the draw sometimes. But I got a really nice albino found itchy
Mhm.
male. So he is gonna be like my male for the rest of the projects I do with
Right.
that. Um, but I'm debating if I'm going. I want to work with a different line of albino or a different aspect of albino, like candy or even rainbow. I know they're not. I don't think rainbow's compatible with albino, but I like rainbow, so I might
Okay.
want to work over there a little bit. Um, but I know I needed to level up my collection, and to
Yeah.
do that, I have to let stuff go even though I've been passionately working with that project, I have to let it go to. I'm only working with a finite space of
Yeah.
room, so
Yeah.
I got to be smart about it.
Right.
I'm trying to stay under a certain amount of animals. I'm trying to be like Ozzy. I want to be a boutique breeder.
Yeah,
I want
bro.
to have the max, maybe 50 breeder females, and not even breed all those in the same year per se.
Yep.
Because I
Man,
hit 13 clutches this season. That's a lot of work.
bro.
It's a
Not
lot of work.
this season, not 2022, but 2021, bro. I had about 15 to 17.
Mm.
Bro, when I tell you it was so many babies, dog. I won't do it again until I breed my own rats. Well, at that time I was breeding my own rats. Me and me,
Okay.
me and man was we were breeding our own rats, so keeping them fed was okay. You know what I'm saying? Like it was cool, but man, if you do that many clutches, bro, you gotta have a legitimate rat source because them babies, man, you know them babies.
Exactly.
If you don't keep them fed, shoot, I never really feed my snakes mice, man, but I've had such a hard time finding rats that I've been having to buy mice from this pet store by me, man.
Mm.
And then they I was coming, they was like, man, why you buying so many mice? It's like I baby ball python, and they upped the price on me too. We're like a whole heap.
Oh.
I said, dang, but then I found somebody else now, so I ain't fooling with them too much no more either. Unless it's a
Oh. Dang. That's that's not right. That's up for the
ain't right
price
at
that
all,
you know
man.
I need it.
That's been the story of the year, man. Every time I find a good rat person, you know what I'm saying? I buy so many rats, dog. Like I buy a bunch. Cause I be buying
Mm.
for like me. I hit everybody in our circle that live out here. I be like, hey, I need rats. So myself, I'm gonna get 100 plus. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? 100 plus rats for myself, and then Maine gonna get by 50, 60, and then Juan gonna get by 20. Gerald gonna get by 5 or 6. My other partner JP, he gonna get by 5 or 6. So when they see me coming, I'm buying so many
Yeah.
reds. They be like, I'm coming every week. Boom, boom, boom. Every 2 weeks, I'm coming. Boom, boom. They raise the price up on me. Oh, I gotta go up on the price. I'm like, come on, man. It's a fee going up. I understand inflation, this going up, that going up.
Understandable, but you see
What
I'm gonna be
red,
consistent.
man?
You see I'm gonna be consistent. That money gonna come to you every week. All you
Yeah,
gotta do is just take it. You ain't gotta keep up and that's gonna be consistent.
right.
Yeah,
I was getting my rest from JT, but I wasn't getting. I had started going out of town for work, so it kind of like fell
uh,
off.
yeah,
And I understand, like he was, he needed me to take those rests consistently. Like I was taking a bunch of rests from on a consistent basis for a while, for like months. But then I told him, I gotta go back. I gotta go out of town for work. I'm gonna have, I think I was gonna have But one don't be needing that many rats, and then my wife not feeding no big rats, so so we wasn't getting as many. And then one found somebody else that's closer to him to get rested, so it all kind of like fell off. But shoot, you know, I got
Do you ever think about, because I know you feed live exclusively.
Mm-hmm.
You've tried frozen thaw before, right?
Just about all my collection tape frozen too. Yeah,
I
I got frozen in the freezer.
Okay.
It just be hard. Sometimes it be hard switching the babies to frozen, man. So I like to get them on live. And once they get that, what I do is my little trick. I'm gonna give y'all my trick.
Wait, everybody listen.
Give y'all my trick. That's what I do. When I try to fish my babies alive, right? I mean frozen. I put a frozen in there first. And it keying on the frozen is while hot and warm that I throw a live one there. Usually it's gonna hit the one in front of it. So I had a live one on the tongs, and I had a frozen one in front of it, and it hit it, and boom, it take that frozen rat, and I just take the live one out. I do that with every baby. Boom, 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 boom. Then they get to it. Then they get to the point where they just keying in on the heat. Boom, boom, boom. Then I start taking the frozen. That's my little trick that I do to get the snakes on.
All right, guys, it is time for tip of the week. If you don't know what that is when I post on my YouTube, Instagram, and my TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. That's the other one. Under that post, all you have to do is put a comment, whether it's a tip for reptiles, YouTube, or life related. Whichever comment gets the most likes will get shout out on my next episode of Under 1,000 Pod. But without further ado, here's this week's tip of the week.
This week's tip is from the legend himself, Aaron from Bosa Balls. Bosa says, support USARK whether you're a breeder or a keeper. 100% agree. Support them because they support us and help us keep the animals we love. Thank you again, Aaron, for that awesome tip. Definitely go check him out on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and all the other places. And that's been this week's tip of the week.
All right, there we go. That is tip of the week. Thank you so much. Like I say, all you got to do is comment when I put that first up, and you can be featured on tip of the week. Also, tip of the week does have a segment where you can sponsor it. If you're interested in sponsoring tip of the week, hit me up, let me know. But let's jump back into these questions. So, how do you advertise your available animals?
Most time I advertise my animals on Instagram. Post on my store, but I do also post on Wolfmark.
Okay.
And my Facebook page. If we friends on Facebook, Kendall Joyner, my actual name. Friends on Facebook, I post on there every now and then.
I mean, you do gotta be careful with Facebook and Instagram now. You really gotta be careful not putting dollar amounts on there, not saying this is available, because they really cracking down on animal sales on there, which I kind of understand. I mean, it's like I say, it's their platform. They can do what they want. You can't be mad at them on their platform.
I always go back to old school websites.
Exactly, 100%. So I be like, hey, I'm put out an this is something I'm thinking about doing this year, is getting an email address. Because I know Adam from Proper Royals, he does that. He emails people his list of animals.
Oh,
so
okay.
That might be another way of going about it. So I might be trying to do that down the road, see how that works. Tell people. I think the easiest way is to like, hey, make a video, but hey, if you're interested in any animals I might be producing, shoot me your email. I'll definitely put you on the email list and let you know what everything is available when it comes available first. So that is another way. But that is one of the things you have to think about once you start producing animals. How are you going to advertise these? How are you going to show people what you got? YouTube is my bread and butter. I sell most of my animals from my YouTube videos. Then secondary comes Instagram, and then Morph Market. Like Morph Market sells like 2 or 3 a year for me. But most of my stuff moves from YouTube and Instagram, which is crazy.
Same thing for me, man.
Okay.
Instagram is number one. I want to say it's tied. Facebook and Morph Market probably tied. I was just looking at my numbers on Morph Market earlier, and I've only sold since I've been on Morph Market. I've probably been on there for like 3 years. I think I've been on there since I started got back in the ball pythons, but I just started posting stuff for selling it like 3 years ago. I sold like 28 animals on that whole time, that whole 3 year time frame. I sold like 28 animals on that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but usually, man, they go, man. As soon as I say this, man, if I post about my breedings a lot, I tend to have people waiting for those snakes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll put certain breedings together, and if I post them on Instagram, I make stories out of them, or I make I make a reel or something about it. If I keep continuously posting it, I guess it's like putting it on people's mind. They might like, oh, I need a snake from them. I need a snake from them. They'll hit me like, hey man, let me know when that clutch hatch. Let me know when this go. All right, cool, bet I will.
Yeah.
So
I get that. I totally understand that.
But man, I like most time when I put my mind to it, man, I get them all gone. But sometimes I be being crazy, bro. They be in there 300-400 grams. I be like, let me post you up and say, what am I doing? I got 2 double hit Ultra Clown males that's left from 2021. That I didn't post them. I didn't post them for sale because most time people don't want no normal double hit male.
Sure.
So I got 2 of those. I got 1 female hit Ultra male from last season, and I had a Cypress yellow belly. No, I had a normal Cypress that I hatched out last year. So I got 4 snakes from last season that I didn't sell, and the Cypress was a twin. One didn't make it. The one that I got, she made it, and she's still like real little. She was like eating tiny mouse hoppers. She hatched out tiny. So she just started taking wing rays. So she like 300-400 grams, like 4-5. She's about like 500 grams now. But she didn't want to sell to nobody, knowing that she was a twin and she was like the way she was eating and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
Man, yeah, them things I just forgot to post. Like
I do need to get on top of posting the snakes. I have quite a bit available right now. Because usually I get the first wave of people hit me on YouTube. But as I hashed out, let me know. Let me put my name on that. And now I have I still have some visual receptors that I have that I know people are probably interested, but they haven't seen them from me. So you don't know I got it, you can't come get it. So
right, exactly. Nobody know you got it, then they can't come get it. How your 2022 sales been going? My sales been kind of slow. I ain't gonna lie to you.
They've been slow. The big stuff kind of moved kind of fast.
Yeah.
The medium stuff still sitting. Moved something here and there. But yeah, it's been kind of slow. I moved a little more of the low end stuff because I have a guy that I give my het males to, normal het males. I usually we usually trade for rats, so that moves a little easier. But it has been a little slow, but I don't think I've been actually advertising stuff as much as I should too. So I think that has a little bit of a factor into it as well. I'm still trying to learn advertisement and best way to push your stuff out there and try to set yourself apart from other people. Because let's be real, there's 8,000 to 9,000 ball pythons on Morph Market. You're trying to set yourself apart. It's hard. It's hard.
I tell you this, man. We say this in real estate. It's McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. They all sell hamburgers, but they ain't got my burger. You know what I'm saying? So there's always somebody that's gonna see your snake and just your snake. My biggest example of that is like Nicole. Nicole love my Ultraman stuff. But I ain't whatever, man. I got Ultraman. My Ultramans are nice. I picked them from a certain person because that person had really nice Ultramans. People that I got my Ultramans from, they had really nice Ultramans. And so when I bred them, all my babies came out looking nice, right? And so Nicole just be like, wanted oatmeal from me. I was like, yeah, I said, Nicole, I'm still a little ways. I'm breeding them. I'm gonna wait. And hey, man, she waited. And she waiting on a female now. So
Okay.
I got like repeat customers that come by at least one snake from me every year. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Buy at least they're gonna drop. You know, I got one guy, he buy at least 3 or 4 from me a year.
That's that quality you putting out. I know, like when you were doing unboxings and bringing in snakes, like you was looking for the best example of that morph that you wanted.
Yep.
So you took time to look for that best example because you knew that would give you great looking babies. So that is very important to be on top of that. It might take you a while to find that. You might have to pay a little more than you want, but you got that best example of that animal. So take your time with that. I totally understand that.
Yeah, man.
100%. Like it's something I've learned and wish I did earlier that I'm doing now, trying to find the best examples that I see in that morph I want. Doesn't matter.
It's one thing to hit a certain snake, right? So you hit let's see. So my camera's so bad, you might not be able to see how good you look. But let's see, like you want a hurricane clown, right? So you get a hurricane, you buy a hurricane, and then you hit male. So this guy, so I posted a picture of him on Facebook today. You can see Bella Quality if y'all want to see. And in all the Facebook groups, I posted him earlier today, right? So you'll see a Bella Quality, a picture of him. But Coach, so me and Coach used the same meal. We bought the meal together, and we bought a good quality hurricane head clown meal. Me, Coach, and another friend of mine. We don't breed snakes anymore though. You know Steph. You remember Steph?
Yeah. I still talk to him.
So we bought a good quality hurricane head clown meal. So you look at him, the visual hurricane clowns that we produced. Him, Coach has a female, and he also produced he produced a lesser hurricane clown earlier this season, and a friend of his got her from him. I think his name's Silver Serpents. I think that's him. Silver. No, Desimo. Is it Desimo Hobby Morris?
Desimo Hobby Morris.
So he got the man, and you see him, then you see Coach Girl, and then you see the one from Desimo Hobby Morris. They look so good, man. They consistent with each other. Like they all got that nice look to each other. Look to them. And when you pick better genetics, man, you just produce better. It's one thing to produce it, man, but if you produce an ugly one, bro, you know, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like I don't like time, bro. I got that snake, he hatched out. I raised him to that size. He about 650, almost 700 grams. If I'm gonna hatch you out and you're gonna be part of my breeding stock, this come from dogs too. Like I'm not just gonna have any type of dog in my breeding program. You have to be sound. You have to be obedient. You have to show me the traits of the breed. So you know what I mean. So you gotta be a certain way. So if I got a hurricane clown that don't look like a hurricane clown, just like a normal clown, I gotta you gotta go, buddy. Like I can't keep you. You know, if you're not producing the example that you're supposed to produce, you can't stay here. Not at Sikwitit. You gotta go. And most times when I get animals like that, I don't even sell them to other breeders. I sell them to people that want pets. So I had an orange dream female, and she didn't produce the quality of orange dream that I wanted. So I got rid of all my orange dreams. Come from a male that I got. I bought a super itchy orange dream male years ago, and most of my orange dream stock come from him because he produced the quality that I wanted. I sold a whole breed of female. I produced one clutch from her, and they did not come out good. I sold a whole clutch and her. I did that. And I sold I sold it for cheap because the person that I sold it to, I knew them, and they just wanted a snake. They didn't want like a breeder. They're not gonna breed. So yeah, I sold them for cheap. I sold it cheap for them because they just wanted a pet snake.
Exactly.
Yeah. A couple other snakes a couple other animals I did that too, but yeah, that's how I breed, man. A lot of people just breed to try to hit it first. Nah, bro. I take my time.
I wanted it to look good.
Yeah, exactly.
It might take me a little longer to hit it, but mine's
your
gonna probably look better than yours.
like your inchy stuff. You've been breeding albino inches and all that stuff so long till your inches have a look, right? Because
Yeah.
you're keeping the best back every year. So now your inches are consistent. Like they all look alike. They look alike and they nice. Because
Thank you.
they the whole back stock, bro. Like
Yeah, I wish I would have held the father of all my inchies because he was spotless. He had no spots on him, and he had a whole different inchy color than normal inchies. I let him go, and the person that had him for 2 years, and then he died. And I was like, damn, I couldn't get him back to put him into different recessives now to get that keep that inchy in there. But it is important. Line breeding people do it a lot.
Yeah, man.
Keep that good genetic line in there.
Yep.
So you got to pay attention to it too. But you also need to know when it's time for you to go outside of that line and just bring something in new to keep that genetics fresh.
Yep.
But you don't bring in new unquality animals. You bring in top quality animals to go with that quality you already done built up.
Right. And I look for consistency too when I produce. Like my clown female down here, I can't take her out because I got rats in here, but she'll probably bite me. But my clown female, like I've bred her 3 seasons in a row, and I've made two clutches. One clutch was first clutch was a double head clutch, nice consistent look. Second clutch was visual clowns, nice consistent look. Third clutch was Cypress and Cypress Jelly Belly, nice consistent look. She actually proved out to be Blade. The last 2 clutches, or even the first clutch, I got a Blade female double head ultra clown that I've been breeding. And she produced nice consistent look every time I breed her, man. And so she ain't going nowhere no time soon because she throw good, she throw nice animals.
Exactly.
Let's see where her son at. Son over here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. I think he might be going in the shed, but he just ate yesterday. It's a fire spot nose clown. He just started breeding.
Ooh.
Yeah, he just started breeding for me, man. See if I get him to take his head out. Yeah, he just started breeding.
That's a fire spot nose, right?
Fire nose. Okay. Fire spot nose clown. And he just started breeding.
Nice.
I gotta move him up. He getting too big for that tub.
Yeah, that's a whole nother podcast of when you should move tubs up and level up animals.
I don't be in a rush, man, to be honest, because like even I did that with my leopard double head ultra clown. I moved her up. She was eating fine. She was in the V18. She was cramped, bro, and she was eating like crazy. As soon as I moved up to FB20, trash.
And that's the thing you got to worry about is you move them up and they stop eating on you.
Man.
They in a bigger space, a bigger area. I try to, when I'm about to move them up, I wait till they poop in their original tub, and I take that same bedding and put it in their new tub to try to give them a sense of home and stuff.
Yeah,
I try that to see. So far it's been good. I got such a small sample size. I don't know if it's working or not working.
Right.
But so far the girls are the boys I've moved still consistently ate in that new tub. So it's somewhat working. So until it don't work, I'm gonna keep trying to do it.
It makes sense though.
That makes a lot of sense, man. Let them feel it's a familiar place for them.
Right.
So can you talk about a good breeding experience and a bad breeding experience that you've had?
A good breeding experience with snakes.
Yeah, so like you hit something that you weren't expecting, like you didn't even realize was that those genes or something was in that animal that you were breeding.
Oh no, I ain't never that lucky. My good breeding experience is just hitting females when I want females. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got that luck, man. I don't got that luck. I bought a female. She over here somewhere. She just ate. But I bought her just like she had a funny look. and I bought her, and she ended up being a Russo, and she 100% had hypo, so that's a good thing. I guess that's a good thing because the lady the lady killed back one of her brothers and brought it back to the mom, and got white snakes. So white, well, I think Russo's got black eyes or blue eyes or something like that.
Yeah, I think they got black eyes.
Yeah, so
I think they're white diamonds.
Yeah, black diamonds.
Yeah.
So she ended up hitting. So that worked out for me because she's a Russo head. She's a Russo head hypo. I just work her into my hypo clown projects.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm actually gonna breed her to that fire spot nose head clown.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna breed her to.
So what's a bad experience you had breeding?
Bad experience is that fire spot nose dad was breeding for me last 2022, and he went off food, and I took him. I didn't breed him no more. I kept trying to feed him. He wouldn't eat. I ran some antibiotics through him. Usually that works for me. Like if a snake go off food, you know, I give him a little Tylenol, just a little bit, not nothing crazy. But I just give him a little bit of Tylenol, and then get back to eat. I'll start back eating. Not every time, but like if I notice like a funny looking stool, like it's running for no reason or something like that, there might be something wrong with that gut. They may have like something going on with their stomach. So I give them a little antibiotics, and it'll work it out. But unfortunately, that male died. And that's the first time I ever had a male die. Like I guess due to breeding, because he only bred like 3 or 4 females that season. And only one went. I only had one clutch from him that season. So I noticed him he stopped eating. I stopped breeding him. Right. That's what I do with all my males. If they stop eating, I stop breeding. So I throw a rat pup in there. He wouldn't eat. He wouldn't eat for nothing. I was just about to assist feed him, to tell my wife to assist feed him. And I went in, and I walked in the room, and I said, something stink. God dog it. I knew it was him. And I've been having him since he's a baby, man. So, I get attached to my animals. I don't know how people do, bro, but I get attached to my snakes just like they was one of my dogs. You know what I'm saying? So, especially him, because I had him. I bought him. Justin dropped a video one day, man, of some fire OD inchy possible red stripe clowns. If y'all remember that video, and I already wanted to work fire into my clowns, so I bought him. After I saw that video. I was like, dang, I can't wait to produce. And man, he had just produced that boy for me, man. He produced matter of fact, I bred him to my clown female, and he produced a whole clutch full of clowns. Every one of them was males. So I kept the 5 spot nose, saw all the rest of them. But yeah, man, he died on me, man. That was like my worst. That was like probably my worst snake experience, was him dying on me. Yeah.
We've all had that walk in the room and that smell of death hit you, and you're like, oh.
That's a smell you never forget.
Man.
You know it too when you walk in the room. That dead snake smell. You be like, since I've been keeping my snakes. When I first got my snakes, I bought a yellow belly from Breeder Circle, but not the guy who owned it now, Jonathan. He owned it before then, right?
Okay.
This is when I first started getting into snakes. I bought a yellow belly female and a pastel. Bro, of all things I bought a pastel head G-stripe. And G-stripe wasn't nothing back then. This was like 2000. I think my oldest son was just born, so it was like 2010. Wasn't nobody worried about G-stripe. G-stripe was like $100.
Yeah.
So I bought a pastel head G-stripe and a yellow belly female from him. Both females. I get the pastel. I'm like, dang, she nice. I take the yellow belly out. I was blown away because it was like a real nice yellow belly. I grew up, bro. I grew both of them up. I grew the yellow belly up to about 1,600 grams. I'm about to get ready to breed her. Bro, I come home from work one day, she belly up in the tub. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, bro. She belly up in the tub, stank, knocked the water over. She all in this water. I had a big water bowl in there. There's water all in the tub. That was another bad breeding experience. But yeah, that's the only 2 times I was like, dang.
Yeah, I can understand that. Oh,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I've had a few pass on me unexpectedly. Mostly hatchlings. I've had maybe 2 adults. It really rocks you. You're like, damn. Well, my Emerald Tree Boa, when she died, it rocked me, but I understand what happened. It
Right.
still hurt, but it was
Yeah,
like, damn,
man.
damn. It's some people we get real attached to these animals because we've taken the time. We spend so much time with them. We're feeding them. We're watching them. We're
Mm-hmm.
breeding them. We're taking care of their offspring. Or we produce a baby. We raise it up. We get it. You have some emotional attachment to it. There's
Right.
no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel a certain way when they pass.
Right.
So I had a couple people reach out when certain animals have passed and like, hey, you good? I've seen that happen to you. Sorry for your loss, and I greatly appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
That little bit goes a long way to help you realize that you're not alone out here. Trying to this.
Excuse me.
No, you good. But yeah, it gets emotional. It gets emotional, especially with this project you've been working with for a long period of time and you're excited about it, and you put a lot of work into it, and you've known that animal for its life. It's hard to see him go. So I totally understand. I get that same. I have to attach myself from animals that I've done all I can with them here, so I'm gonna let them go out in the world to help somebody else produce those.
Right.
Um, you gotta let a little piece of yourself go when you let them go. Unfortunately,
Oh yeah. I
it's
saw
a
a
nature of
bunch.
the beast.
I saw a bunch of breeder females that I raised up. This
Mhm.
that I raised up. I sold them like after 2021. I produced what I produced with them, and I sold them. Man, I was like, dang, man. I was like, look. I remember I was coming in here. I had like a super pastel leopard head head hypo, and I sold it to a guy here locally. And I remember the first after I sold it, I said, let me feed this leopard. I was about to feed her. I opened up the tub and it was empty. I was like, oh, I sold it. I forgot I sold it. But yeah, like man, anything I keep in my care, man. Like I tell my kids, even though I don't feel that way about the rats, but when I have rats here, that I'm responsible for them because they're in my care, right?
Yep.
They feed themselves if I gotta keep them for a couple of days. They get
Yep.
them water. So, I just anything is in my care, man. I try to take care of it the best I can.
Yep. That's how you should. That's how it should be. All right, here is the last question for you. It'll probably end up with other questions, but the last question per se I have on the list.
All
So,
right.
where do you see your collection in 6 years?
6 years, man. My collection will be full of triple recessors and double recessors. Things that I'm working on that will be semi-complete, right? So
Okay.
in 6 years, I should have um I should be working on stranger combos, head ultra mail, uh G stripe clown combos, head ultra mail, or visual ultra mails. Visual ultra I should be like visual G stripe ultra mail clowns and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, I have all those visual doubles and triples, and I should be working on adding genes into them to make make the special OD Cypress Yellow Belly Super Orange Dream Clown or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Just make stacking genes. I should be stacking more genetics then.
Okay.
Some pieces to the puzzle should be together. Most of the pieces, the major pieces to the puzzle should be together. The outside border. So now it should be me closing in on closing in the inside of the puzzle by 6 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Nice.
yeah, the name will be out there a little bit more, more on the quality. Just let the snakes do their own talking, man.
Definitely. Definitely.
One day I just man, like when I finally produce all these snakes, bro, I'm just gonna one day I'm gonna just start posting like on all the little groups on Facebook. It's gonna be like they gonna be like, where's dude got these snakes from?
So, would you ever do vend shows, or have you ever vend shows?
I never vended one. I'm thinking about doing one. We got a local show. We have a local
Okay.
show here outside of San Antonio and McQueen. I'm thinking about doing that one, man. Pretty soon. I got to just to go out there, kind of get my face out there a little bit.
Yep.
I was talking to Maine, Maine Morse Creations. We was talking about it the other day. We might do one together probably in this year sometime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hearing that is a good way to get your name out there, get your face out there,
Yeah.
get your animals out there too.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you trying to be more out there in the community and industry now, I think that would be a great way to be out there.
Yeah, man.
It is
Get out of my introverted ways, bro.
exactly that's the other thing. Like I'm like, oh, people gonna come talk to me.
It's
Like
gonna be
I'm
too many people, man. I don't mind people coming up to me. I'll talk to you, but I just don't like to be crowded, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just, I don't
exactly.
like to be crowded. I was just me and coach just talking about the other day, talking about that today. I was talking to him earlier today, and I was like, bro, I say, man, you don't know how draining it was when I was at Arlington. Like just the people coming up to him was like making me nervous. Like I'm like, bro, I'm not nervous, like I'm scared of no shit like that, but it's just I don't know, bro. I don't like being in big crowds, man, at
Yep.
all.
It's
Any time in my life, like when I was younger and stuff, anytime I was in a big crowd, nothing good happened. And so it
yep.
just made me kind of like it made me like weird. Like I just feel weird. I
It's
don't like
it's a survival
yeah,
technique. It just you watch everybody and you
especially
have to
like oh my bad, go ahead.
exactly when it's such a big crowd. It's hard to keep your eye on so many different people. So you're always looking for where the threat's gonna come.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to turn that off in your brain
Yep.
because it's become so ingrained in your body. It
Mm-hmm.
is muscle memory for you to be looking around. Um, that I had to tell people when I was talking to them at like Tinley, they'd be like, "Why are you not looking at me?" I'm like, I'm not being mean. I'm not trying to not be here. It's just that I don't know how not to look around.
Right.
I don't know how not to look around and keep paying attention, especially when there's so much movement.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, it
Man.
throws everything off of me, and I'm like, "Where you going? Where you going? Where you coming
Yep.
from? Who you with?" And it's hard to turn that off. And
My mom, I'll be looking for an invisible threat. You know,
I
got the threat. You know what I'm saying? We at Tilly. I know I'm straight. Like we had the show, bro. I know I'm good. Like, but I just can't turn it off in my mind. Like I'm
yep,
still like, looking.
yep.
Especially with my job, bro. Like you know, I work in the dark, in the middle of the woods and shit, bro. I'm always looking for stuff, running around in the fucking wood. Excuse me, running around in the wood. You know, some animal jump out at me or something. You know what I'm saying? My whole face like chicken, bro. Like, oh man.
Yeah, that's not something you need. You definitely don't need that. What you jumping out at me, definitely don't need that. 100%. Okay. So, man, thank you for coming on. That is all my questions. So, is there anything you want to promote? Have people look forward to you coming in 2023 season? YouTube, Instagram, anything you want to let them know you got coming up anytime soon?
Hey man, just check me out, man. On mostly on Instagram because until I start posting videos on YouTube, you know what I mean. Everybody that follow me now, I appreciate y'all. Uh, I don't know, man. I guess that's about it, man. You know, I think I'm just trying to get myself out there a little bit more, man. So if y'all see me at the show or something, just gonna say what's up. I'll probably most if I go to the show, I'm probably gonna be with Antoine from High Desert Python. So it's just the dude in the back look like his bodyguard. That's me.
Yeah, take a picture with his bodyguard too.
Right, he's come take a picture. I should have some Sikwitit shirts by then. So I have
Okay,
I,
okay.
I need to find me somebody that make good shirts, good material. The last shirts I had, they was kind of trash. I ain't like them.
Yeah. So I've been using Sticker Mule. They're decent. I like their shirts. They're pretty quality. The graphic stays on after a couple washes. It
Oh,
still
okay.
stays bright and stuff. So and the price isn't that bad. But if
Mm-hmm.
you can find somebody locally, that'd be great too. It helps out on shipping, do local stuff. Yeah, you gotta find a good shirt maker locally. That'd be the greatest part right there,
Bro,
honestly.
I can't. I told my wife I'm gonna buy a press.
I was thinking about that too. Reggie got them press. He be on it.
Oh,
I'm
for
like,
real? Oh, I
man,
ain't know that.
yeah, Reggie. I think he got. I think he. I believe he has a shirt press. I
Oh, okay.
believe he does.
You know, Reggie top secret. He don't be crazy secret.
Hey man, it's like an investigation trying to get information out of him sometimes. I respect it though. He still,
Yeah,
which is surprisingly, he doesn't give like information easily, but he
mm-hmm.
does give information. I know that sounds weird,
Yeah.
but me and him had some good conversations.
Yeah.
Um, but he do be killing on the merch. Like he was hitting merch hard for like a good 3-4 years, and then he just sat back and watched everybody wearing his stuff.
Right.
And it's just
Man, I be watching videos. I be seeing people with this stuff on all the time. Different colors. I be like,
man, there's so many different colors. Like
him and Coach. I be watching every time I pop on the live. I see somebody with a High Desert or one of the Reggie shirts on.
Yep. He be killing it. Well, guys, before we go, we have to say thank you to our sponsor for this episode. So without further ado, here's our sponsor.
This month's sponsor is Big D's Pythons. Yes, Derek is Big D's Pythons. He's a great guy, great friend, also an amazing ball python breeder. He produced some awesome animals this season, so definitely go check it out. Check out his morph market, his Instagram, to see some of those animals if you're interested. But he also is a YouTuber. He has his own YouTube channel and his own podcast he does every Thursday, Thirsty Thursdays. Go check him out on Thursday with Hutch. They host it together. It's a great time. Definitely go watch it. But also, Derek carries the chipper. So if you're in need of cocoa and you're in the Illinois area, Derek is the one you can call. He could probably meet up with you and you guys can handle business there. But he also can ship it. So if you're looking for cocoa, definitely hit Derek up. But thank you, Derek, for being the sponsor of this month's episode. Greatly appreciate it. And go check Derek out and make sure you hit that subscribe, follow, and tell him I sent you.
All right, guys, that has been this episode. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys have come into the new year trying to do bigger and better things, grow, do something outside your box. Definitely try to do that. As I said, this podcast, we're changing things up a little bit. We're going to bring other people on, not just from YouTube. We're bringing other people, and we're trying to bring on other animal keepers as well. So if you keep any animal and you're interested in being on the podcast, please hit me up. All the information is in the description down below. Definitely hit me up and let me know. But G, thank you for coming on. Thank you for the story. The couple stories you told, great story. Super excited that you came on.
Hey man, I got some more too. If you want to hear them.
Definitely. I might do like end of year thing. I've seen a lot of people do it this last year, and I was like, I didn't get putting on the schedule, so I'm gonna keep you on board for that. Try either end of the year or something in the middle of the year, something like that. Do like a big party stream or something like that. So definitely, definitely. But appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Definitely go check him out. Links are in the description down below. Hit that Facebook, hit that YouTube, hit that Instagram, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff, everybody. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, because YouTube likes it when you guys hit that like button. I like that YouTube likes it. Greatly appreciate that. But thanks for coming by, and we'll see you guys Thursday. Next video comes out next Thursday. All right, everybody, have a good night. Go check out Keystone Shifters live. Go check out somebody else is going. Iron Dogs live. There's a few lives going on. Derek should be having a live later tonight. Go check those out. Tell them I sent you. Say something in the chat. Go support somebody else's live tonight. And you guys have a good night. Peace.
Peace.